Everyone is telling you to get into high ticket sales to make money online, and they're right to a point. Here's what they don't tell you. High ticket sales is not the destination, it's the vehicle. My name is Russell Sage, and at 16 years old, I was making $40,000 a month as a high ticket closer. I was literally one of the youngest people to ever hit that level in this space, and then I quit. Not because I was failing, not because I was fired, but because I realized that if I wanted more leverage, if I wanted to make more money in less time, I would need to transition to a different position. And so that's what I did. In this video, I am going to walk through exactly why I decided to leave that $40,000 a month position as a 16-year-old and all the steps that I took to get to this point, what I'm doing now to make $250,000 a month as a 17-year-old. And if you're thinking about starting high ticket sales, or maybe you already have, and this may be the most important video that you watch this year, so pay attention. First, let me paint you guys the picture of where I was when I made this decision. When I got into the high ticket sales space for the first time, I was 15 years old and I got into remote DM setting. And within my first 2 months, I was able to get up to around the 8K a month point, but I couldn't break 10 yet. I was on an offer or two. I was DM setting. I was in school full time. I was a sophomore in high school. It was good money for me at the time. Trust me, I felt on top of the world. But I needed to make a transition, and so what I did is I transitioned to closer. So now at this point, I'm still 15, transitioned to closing in around March. Took me a few months to get the hang of it, but by April, May, June, I was raking in close to 20 grand a month in commissions. Now this felt great. Obviously, I was still in school and I was also playing a sport at that time, so my schedule got a little bit tight. But summer was coming up soon. I was on 2 offers at the time. I had the time to actually lock in, get everything right. I was going to make it a monster summer, and that is exactly what I did. The summer of 2024, every single month, I made $35,000 to $40,000 in straight commission. I don't know any other 16-year-olds that were doing that at that time. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just prove me wrong in the comments, but I don't know any. Now, what happened next was I moved back into school. So now it was September. I'm in school, and I actually made more. I made my best month ever in just straight commission. It was $41,000, $42,000 in straight commission. Now, you guys are probably thinking 2 things. Number 1, if you're making 40 grand a month, why would you ever quit what you're doing? And number 2, how was I doing that with my schedule? How was I doing that in high school? And I'll break it down for you guys. I'll make it make sense. As for the first one, we'll talk about that in a second. As for the second one, let me break down my schedule. I was waking up around 7 to get to school at 7:30, and then from 7:30 all the way to 2:20, I was in class. That meant at 2:30, I had my first closing call for the day. Sometimes I even took one during lunch at school, but at 2:30, I had my first closing call, and I would take back-to-back calls on 30 to 45-minute intervals all the way until 9, 10 p.m. And yes, you guys might think of that as like, yeah, I'm putting in, 14-hour days, and maybe that wasn't the most fun thing in the world, but in all honesty, it really wasn't the worst. I enjoyed the offers that I was selling. One was a TikTok affiliate offer, one was an agency offer. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the TikTok one more than the agency, but I enjoyed both of them. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I was making great money. I felt good. I did feel good. Some days I would feel tired, some days would feel off, but overall I felt good. I was posting on social media. I was getting praise for being so young and being in this space. Everything was going well. I started buying some stuff. I bought my first watch. Everything felt good at this time. By every metric, I had made it in high ticket sales. By every metric across the board. So why did I quit? And this is what nobody tells you. Nobody, not a single person told me this when I got into the space. It's the ceiling. There is a ceiling to this, guys. And when I say I hit that ceiling hard, I mean it. A couple things happened when I hit that ceiling. Number 1, I realized instantaneously that yes, I'm making $40,000 a month, but I am absolutely trading my time for money. Not indirectly, but directly, I am trading my time for money. I don't make money if I don't take calls. That means I need to spend my time to make money. That means if I'm sick, if I'm tired, if I can't take calls that day, if I'm in school a little bit more, if I want a break, whatever it is, I won't be making money. I need to be actively taking calls to make money. I realized that. I didn't like it. Number 2 is that my income was directly correlated with other people's business. That means if somebody sucks at running their business and if somebody's business goes down, and I'm not saying anybody sucks at running their business, but in September, one of the offers I was on, the lead flow started to go way down. The TikTok ads broke down. Setters were being fired left and right. That means less appointments were getting booked. That means I was going to make less money the next month. I hated that dependency. Like, why am I dependent on other people? This should be fully up to me. Number 3 was the limitation of I can only take so many calls a day, especially in school. Like, I was maxed out. There was no pushing to the 50, 60, 70K a month point. That was not a thing. I would have to drop out of high school and then take calls all day. And that was not something that was going to happen. But above all else, above everything else, the biggest realization that I had was that I was the best 16-year-old employee in the world. I was making the most money as a 16-year-old employee, but I was still an employee. I was making other people millions of dollars while I made 100,000. Don't take this the wrong way. Making a couple $100,000 as a 16-year-old was not bad. I wasn't angry about it. And even being an employee, it's not the worst thing in the world. It just depends what you want to do. But for me, that was not something that I was happy with. It was not something I was going to settle with. Absolutely not. No way. And so I made a decision that everybody around me, and I mean everybody, thought was crazy. I decided to quit. I completely left every offer that I was on, moved out of closing, tried to find a new space. Every mentor I spoke to, all my business partners, my friends, everybody would have said that I was crazy for doing this. I'm making 40 grand a month and I decide to leave that and quit and just get up and move away. Literally everybody was saying that I was crazy, but I wasn't, guys. I had a plan. I realized that the skills that I was using to close people were not just sales skills. I needed to understand the prospect, understand the marketing of that business, the fulfillment of that business, how to run that business, how to manage the setters underneath me. I needed so many skills that went into it. And whether I needed them or not, honestly, I learned them all. I was surrounded by this stuff. I was like a sponge in that time. I learned all of this. And what I realized is that while I'm closing deals, I can use those skills to do something much, much bigger. And so I decided to step from in front of the camera to behind it. And all that means in simple terms is instead of closing deals, I decided to move into info product scaling. Instead of being the salesperson in front of the camera, all I did was take a step back, manage the marketing of that business, hire the salespeople, run the CRM, run the automations, everything that has to do with running that successful info product. I took care of all of that instead. And no, I'm not saying that this was easy. By no means was this easy. In the beginning, I thought I knew everything, but I didn't. I didn't know how to set up a Zapier. I didn't know how to run ads, how to correctly do marketing. And so all I did, and again, suit yourself. If you guys want to learn this stuff on your own, go ahead. But what I did was I decided to pay a mentor to teach me all of this stuff. And what that meant is that for my first client, yes, I was paying somebody. He was teaching me, he was helping me out. But every client after that, and I had 8 or 9 of them between myself and my business partner, I was able to do those all on our own. The coolest part about all of this is all the skills that I had built up from being a closer, from being a setter, from being involved in the sales infrastructure of info products. All of that went into the foundation of what I was building next. But instead of using those skills to make the business owner money, I was taking a step back and becoming that person. Now, in that time, like I said, I went from 40 grand a month all the way up to 250. And it took time. The first couple offers that I was on, I actually took a little bit of a pay decrease. But just so that you guys have an idea, the way that these deals were structured is I was charging $9,500, $10,000, $12,000 up front, plus 15 to 25% of their revenue. So if I was able to make somebody even 100 grand a month, I would very easily be making 25 grand off of that one client. And the difference between closing is that I can have 5 or 6 of these clients. Before the time I turned 17, I was getting near that 100K a month point. And the only thing that I should have done differently, and take this as a note for you guys, is I was focused on 5 or 6 offers at the same time. And in recent, all I did was take a step back, focus on 1 or 2 of those, get those the best results possible. And that's how I was able to get to $240,000, $250,000 a month at this point right now and scaling. The difference in lifestyle is night and day. I don't have to take a million calls a day. I do a couple team meetings. I connect with my business partner, connect with my salespeople, train them up, everything like that. But I'm not doing, 15 sales calls a day. I'm able to have an impact on training others, helping other people, making my sales team rich, all of these things that feel a lot better than just taking sales calls, same thing over and over. And even better, this path is absolutely more sustainable long-term. If I have all of these skills, now I have the skill of marketing, I have the skill of running ads, I have the skill of sales as well. All of these skills put together make for something that I could use in the long term. The numbers speak for themselves, guys, but even past that, what I'm very happy about is that I went from being dependent on other people's businesses to being dependent on myself. And that is the best thing about it. Now, before you think I'm saying high ticket sales is bad and you should avoid it, you are completely wrong. That is the opposite of what I'm saying. High ticket sales is still, and I think will still be for a long time, the best way to get into making money online. It's the best foundation into business because you learn how to speak well, speak strongly, make your words carry weight. The reason that's so good is you're able to influence other people. You're able to close deals, whether it's for other people or whether it's for yourself. And that's something that you're going to need in the future, no matter what, if you're in business. On top of that, it gets you a ton of cash flow. And at the same time, you are able to fully see, clear, open view, all of these successful businesses' back ends and learn from them. It's also the fastest way to go from 0 to 10K a month. And the connections that you'll make in that business could very easily change your life. So the difference isn't in getting into high ticket sales. I think that's a fantastic idea. The difference is the idea. I want you guys to realize high ticket sales is not the destination. You do not want to end up there long term, but it absolutely is the vehicle, and it can get you where you want to go long term. Just don't get too comfortable. Use it as your launch pad to get to something bigger, and you guys will be in a fantastic spot. So that's why I quit high ticket sales at 40 grand a month commission. I realized that yes, I was doing well, but it was not the final destination. If you're on the fence about whether or not you should get into high ticket sales, just do it. It is absolutely the best way to bridge the gap between you and where you want to go. Just go into it with the right mindset, the right ideas, and the right expectations. Don't just aim to be the best closer. Aim to sponge in as much information as possible to build out your own offer or other offers in the future. The skills you learn, the connections you make, all of that will add up to be incredibly influential in your life. And so if you want to learn how to get into high ticket sales the right way, not just make a couple grand a month, but actually learn these skills, set yourself up for the future, check out the link in the bio. There's a free training in there that could really help you out. We'll show you exactly how to get into this, and if this is something that you're actually serious about, somebody from my team will reach out and talk about getting you to the next level. Overall, hope you guys understand the message. Thank you for watching. Like the video, comment, everything like that. I will see you guys in the next one.